You're watching News at Prime. Let's bring you this now. The lead investigator in the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial, Bongani Gininda, has continued testifying today. He told the court about how he corroborated accused No.2 Bongani Ntanzi's confession statement. Gininda took over the case in 2018, which led to the arrest of 5 men accused of the 2014 crime. Here's Newzroom Afrika's Mnisi with more.
Bongani Ntanzi's alleged confession statement says he was inside the house during the intrusion that led to a scuffle and later shots fired, leaving Meyiwa dead. Brigadier Bongani Gininda, the lead investigator, says details of the shots contained in Bongani Ntanzi's alleged confession were corroborated.
There was then a scuffle between him, referring to Carlos. The previous sentence reads, Carlos was about to open something when Senzo Meyiwa stood up. There was then a scuffle between him and Carlos. During the scuffle, Carlos fired 2 shots.
Yes, my lord.
Could you find any corroboration for what is stated here?
Indeed, my lord. So the first collaboration, my lord, was with regard to the ballistic report of Lieutenant Colonel Mangena, which indicates that there were 2 shots that you could pick up at the crime scene, my lord. Then the other part is insofar as the witnesses that were in the house, although some of them said 3, but there are those that said they had 2 shots, my lord. Thirdly, my lord, it is I think the report of Constable Mnisi, which relates to the exhibits that were found at the crime scene, and one is the projectile that was found behind the jars in the kitchen, and the damaged one that was found on the floor. So that is also the collaboration of the 2 shots being fired, my lord.
He further says the fatal shot that struck Meyiwa is also corroborated by forensic evidence.
My lord, I do recall that in this exhibit JJ, somewhere the deponent does indicate that the second shot, if I'm not mistaken, went off while the firearm was pointed at the chest of the deceased. Now that is consistent and it corroborated by the people who were inside the house who saw what was happening during the struggle. It's then consistent also with the PM report that we just saw. And there's also markings where the pathologist indicates that the wound, the entry wound, was in front and it exited at the back. But the critical point or the important part is the entry wound that was on the chest. But furthermore, Lieutenant Colonel Mangena, when he was doing his reconstruction back in 2014, he also made a comment with regard to the entry wound. Then thirdly, my lord, there are post-mortem photos that were taken when the post-mortem was done, I think on the following day, on the 28th. And they clearly show that the entry wound was indeed on the chest of the deceased, my lord.
According to Gininda, the details of the shots also implicate accused No.3, Mncube, as the murder weapon was allegedly recovered from him during an arrest in another matter and were positively matched with the projectiles found at the crime scene. Gininda says witnesses confirmed to them that the Carlos referred to in Ntanzi's confession statement is Mncube. He further says the statement is corroborated by details involving Kelly Kumalo's phone that was allegedly stolen during the intrusion.
The 6th sentence from the bottom that starts with, Carlos then gave me a phone.
Yes, my lord.
You want to comment on that?
Indeed, yes, my lord. So we know, so to corroborate this fact, my lord, it's based on the fact that in the statement of Ms. Kelly Kumalo in particular, she mentions 2 cell phones that belong to her. It's a 082 number and a 072 number. She further mentions that the 072 number was then taken by the intruders. We could, if one looks at the cell phone record, my lord, one could confirm or account for all the other cell phone numbers and the people who were inside the house at the clinic after this incident has taken place. The only one cell phone that did not go there, my lord, is the 072 that was referred to as a runaway phone, and it was picked up by the Mleleki Tower. So this corroborates, my lord, that indeed there was a phone that was taken, it went to a different direction, my lord.
He continues his testimony on Thursday. For Newzroom Afrika on Channel 405, I'm Mnisi at the High Court in Pretoria.